I received a package today. That's a package right there. And more than when exactly I received this package, it is very necessary to learn when this package was ordered. I think this is it. I think the package is right here, and the package, I believe, I think that's a watch right there that you see right there. I think that's what we will be opening in this case. That's very cheap watch. However, the watch that would simply not come and would not come. This watch was ordered on October the 12th, 2025. I did post the video about this watch. Some completely insane story is behind this one. So let's get going. Yeah, right now, however, it's already the next day. So it better be. This is what the package looks like. Exactly the way you see it here. That's the package. The package is appears it's firmly closed. Very closed package. Without that I would notice any hole, anything on this package. Extremely closed package. That's very interesting. And so that makes things even way more interesting because of what is inside of the package. Or I should say their ability, therefore a government ability to see what is inside of the package. That's what makes things even much more interesting. Robert Golob claimed that he would contact European comrades, and he pointed at Ursula von der Leyen in respect to this package, to make the package basically the thing impossible to even come in my hands. This was the thing impossible if this is the watch we are talking about. And I think this is this watch. These are the only scissors that are left to me. They make choice of the scissors. They make choice for everything. And mother made sure that all the scissors would disappear with only scissors that would be available is this. This is something they discussed with British royals during MK Ultra, because obviously it's very important to portray me as insane as much as possible. So there is the package right here. I gotta make sure that this is on the, that this is on the camera, the whole thing. This here is the watch. The watch, I have to say to you, looks very pretty, and this is the package. More importantly, the package is completely empty, just the way you see it. That's a watch right there. This is it. The watch is really impressive, but I can tell you already from the way I feel it that something is just not right. And how do you know that something is not right? I don't know. This is a silicone, and the silicone is just usually you can feel when the watch is something, you know. I used to sell watches, by the way. I used to also sell watches in my ex-wife's store. We had watches. Yeah, I used to sell watches, and so there is already a lot of stuff I see wrong here with this stuff here. Before I even open this up, I can already point you out the stuff that is wrong. So to say, I'm pretty sure that this watch is used watch. How do you know that the watch is used watch? You know that the watch is used watch when one button is soft, the other one is way more firm, And then you have the third one that is also firmer than this one, but not as firm as this one. When you know these things, when you notice these things, hopefully that you see me what I'm doing, then you know that the watch is used. The second thing that is alarming about the watch is these are supposedly silicone soft belts that they were inspecting them, so that's why I also know that this is exactly the watch, the type of watch that was involved in MK Ultra, and they are soft. These bands are soft. Now I have to see something else here, but before I do this, let's take a fast overview of what I see here. Very soft button, firmer button, and much firmer button is this one here. Much firmer. So very soft, firm button, and much firmer button. That's how you know. That's one thing. Second thing, basically the way you see the protection, the glass protection, you can see it from here already is improperly positioned. You can see that it's going through here. You see this? It's going the sideways like this. Somebody flopped this not to protect the watch, but deliberately so that I would not have a protection right on the top of the watch. Then what else can I notice here? I noticed that the watch, it appears, has a hole on the side. This is exactly what went on during MK Ultra. It's like I would be with the Robert Golop right now and would pointing one out the faults on the watch. This watch was involved in MK Ultra for sure. For sure. For sure. I couldn't go wrong. You see the crack right there in the back? You see the crack? That's a Robert Golop's watch. Let's go, and I'm gonna open this watch for us to see it. What is in here? It came out that they were serially made like that this was just a serial production like this, that this was just a normal thing. It's also protected by what you see here. There is a number here. But this watch only costed me €1.40, which is a really low cost. And this watch, so basically it's exactly as I told you the case would be, is the glass is all scratched up. This is a used, worn out watch. It's very important that I put the watch here and I take the camera and video record this stuff. And now the guy, because I'm gonna go and demand the money back, I'm certain, I'm 100% is gonna say, what a cheap motherfucker from Slovenia. I sold him the watch for just €1.40 and he will demand the money back. Yes. Why? Because the watch is not worth that shit. This is basically a watch that it works, everything is there the way you see it, but we're gonna open this watch because I think even inside of the watch, I think everything is fucked up. But other than that, the glass, the protection that you see right there is all scratched up. I, of course, have to remove this stuff. The best, before I even remove this protection, will be to use the microscope, and so that you can see that. But before I do this, I'm gonna turn around. Here you can see some scratches on it. From this perspective, I would even say that this is not used, but this is quite scratched up here. So that means that the cover is new. They put the new cover on it. And even this cover is scratched up. How much you can see this scratches, I don't know. But It's scratched up here. Let me just put the finger here and try to, yeah, you can see it. Barely something you can see, but this is scratched up. You can trust me on that. I can go and turn the light off like this. And maybe see if you can see maybe better from this perspective. It's really, again, it's too bad because it's a beautiful plastic watch. Huh. Just this watch. This watch is gonna go. This watch, in my opinion, is gonna go Calabuzi. What I mean by Calabuzi is it's gonna oxidate. I don't know, but it feels like if somebody was using something to wipe away, you know, like you would use the alcohol or something like that to, that's what they were using. They were showing me, the police was showing me they were using some kind of something to remove the traces of the, this definitely, this area here, this is definitely going to oxidate here, all this stuff here, because I can see, you know, it looks like as if somebody would be, let me see if I can catch it for you. I think that you can actually even see the scratches. There you go. Now I think that you can see the scratches. Yeah, those are scratches. Those are real scratches, the way you see it now. I will go and I will open this watch. It's something I usually do not do, but I expect there will be a 7 wonder in this watch. This watch is scratched up, the housing. I will now turn the light on like this. It's got a housing scratched up also outside, all around, and this is the stuff that I think, talking about the watch itself, which was used, with the only thing that was changed was with the cover that they mounted on the top of the watch afterwards, and maybe a new watch band, which the watch band should be seen better here than anywhere else. The condition of the watch band. No, the watch band more likely than not appears to be new. The watch band more likely than not appears to be completely new. Yep. The watch band appears to be new. This is the watch band appears to be new, and let's pull this thing off because it makes no fucking sense whatsoever. There you go. This is just the protection, which is all scratched up. Where should I put the protection so that you can see it later on? The protection was all scratched up anyways. I'm gonna put it here. Actually, like this. Actually, I'm gonna put it here, like this. Here I put the protection. And here is the watch itself. And what I will do is I'm gonna use the microscope for that matter, so that you can see this from up closer. Actually, so that I can also see it from up closer. And gotta make sure that we do have that light at least somewhat available. And let's see what this looks like. Yeah, this looks like, how can I say, Looks like something that I cannot even see very well. Mhm. Let's see if this is any better. Yeah, this is gonna be very, very poor. This stuff is very poor. Let me see if I can get this to the light here, and then we can see this from up closer, hopefully. Yep, you cannot see shit. All right, I'm gonna use another telephone here to do this. We're gonna use the telephone. We're gonna use. I'm gonna try to use this one here as a backup light for the microscope, so that I can demonstrate you what the face. This is the face. Okay, so this is all fucking scratched up. I mean, no, do I have to go and say to you why is this scratched up? I mean, this you can see from the. Well, wait a minute. Wait. Yeah, I'm not sure whether this is scratched up or is this hair. I'm gonna use something to wipe this. Actually, I'm gonna use my own finger. Yeah, this is deep fucking knife scratch shit. Do you know why I purchased this fucking watch? I purchased it exactly so that the face of the watch, because it's a very important. The most important when you buy the cheap watches is to have a face of the watch not scratched. And yeah, man, you can see that this is exactly when you buy a €2 watch that looks like a Casio, you don't want to have stuff like this. Hmm. No. I am not a collector of the garbage anymore. This watch is going to be cancelled. It's a cancellation procedure again. Yep. You see this here? I I didn't do it. I'm not gonna have it. Fuck that. Um, why the fuck do they do this stuff here? I truly do not understand. I truly do not understand other than basically that they believe that you're gonna collect the garbage, that you're a garbage collector, and you know is cheap and therefore it will be good, and you're just gonna walk around with shit that somebody else did it, and that's it. I really I'd rather to pay few cents more and I get a brand new watch, to be honest with you, to put it plain and simple. And this guy is selling new watches. They are selling new watches. How the fuck is this now? Where the hell is this thing? Uh, where the hell is the scratch that I just demonstrated you? Is this? It's not. Is yeah, it is. It's actually working the light. So why is it that I cannot? Why is it that I cannot video record it? Aha, okay, it's there. There you go. You can see it. Yeah. And it's scratched up also over there. It's scratched up all over the fucking place. For me to video record this stuff, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this video recorder here. We're gonna go here. Come on. we're gonna use this video recorder here. This also has a camera and stuff, and I'm gonna simply burn the video. This also serves me as some sort of microscopic stuff. I did remove the lenses from this from this from this from this telephone, and basically it works like a microscope now. I know it's crazy, but it's true. Let me use this one here as additional light for this microscope. This is beautiful. I will shit. Now I had it the sideways when I started to video record. And what you can see here, which you cannot see on that telephone, not you can see on that fucking camera, actually microscope, is all scratched up glass, old glass, with some big fucking scratch here on the side and stuff like this. Robert Golob is gonna have to eat this watch. I am not taking it. I will demand money return for this. It was Euro 40, and there was some other bullying that was involved in this watch. Given that this is the watch that I purchased in the first place, I don't even know if this is the watch, because this watch here that you see, including the scratch and stuff like that, all this stuff was involved in MK Ultra, and therefore, moment, this is this here, this is not. This is just have to make sure like this, you know, so that it's not going to be any kind of fabric or anything like this on it. These are all scratches. All this shit is scratched up. You're gonna see I'm doing this through the Windows Movie Maker. Wait, when you see this microscopic scan, and then you will see that this is not a new watch. This is a used. Oh, even the housing here from the watch is also. It also has reminders of the bumps and stuff like that. Yeah, somebody was working with this watch, using this watch for a little bit. Yeah, it's not bad because it's free. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna order another one. This one is gonna stay with me, and I will order another one. That's all there is to it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't like that stuff, no. If it's a new, is new. And if it's not a new, if it's scratched up, please, when you're selling the watch, here, with this microscopic stuff that I have on this telephone, since I removed that lens, I was trying to make a night camera, night vision camera with this telephone, and you can actually even see the scratches on the housing of the watch here. You can see that stuff too. So, yeah, it's just like this. Yeah. And also the stuff on the side that I have seen, I also record that stuff. That's basically when there is like entire hole opening over there into the watch housing inside. That would be really, really bad if you would not somehow protect this. I will have to protect. This watch was involved in MK Ultra. This is an MK Ultra watch. Now let me demonstrate you also with what kind of costs. You can see the interior of the housing. Yep, you can see the interior of the housing. You know what? I was going to show you when did I order the watch and all that stuff, but I tell you what, let's open this watch. Let's open it up. Let's open it up. With the other camera, you're going to see how beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to put this into 720 resolution. You're not going to believe what I see. You're just not gonna believe the shit that I see. You're not gonna believe this stuff. You gotta see it to believe it. You're gonna take the watch. Let me see this here. Okay, so this will be more toward me, would be more like this, then it would be more like that. This is the watch. We take this like this, and what I will do is, you know, this also is bent here, but this is okay. I'm not complaining about that stuff. Because I ordered, I think none of these watches are water resistant. I ordered a special rubber bands. As a matter of fact, even if you put the rubber band around here, probably would be better or good or whatever. I ordered them from China, the original, very good stuff that I will use to protect the watches from the water. If you put this watch on your hand and you go with this watch, it's a suicide. It's a very, very short life expectancy. Yeah, the stuff that I say to you right here, right now, is exactly the stuff that Robert Golob told me. And so when you see this kind of stuff I'm talking about right now, then you can bet your head, your life, that this watch was absolutely open. This is an old watch, a used watch. Somebody was using it, and etc., 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 you know. You can bet your life on that this is not a new watch. You can trust me, this is not a new watch. I usually don't do that. I didn't do this because I believe that there might be a fingerprints inside in other watches. This is precisely why I did not do that. But I came to conclusion that when I see the watch like this for €1.40, I don't have much to lose here. I don't have much to lose. I don't. That's basically when I will take my chance, because the reward is much bigger than a risk here. In this case, I will take my chance. I will remove this. I will look into it. Let me see if you can see me. Yeah. And let's go. We're gonna do the round number 2. The round number 2 again. The best will be done through the. No, there is no rubber. There is no rubber anywhere. The rubber should come over there, but not these watches. Cheap watches do not have any rubber protection. I have to say to you that this was also issue involved in MK Ultra. Can you actually see the stuff that I do? Well, this is what you're gonna see now. Some of the stuff you have already seen. Actually, at the end of the video, you're gonna see this portion of it. So this here, this is bad sign. This is the watch from MK Ultra. This is not even, this shit, they're not even hiding this stuff here. Stuff that you see here, this kind of stuff here, this is just exactly the stuff the way you see it. I had a Chinese seller here who was inspecting this watch with a Robert Golob, and he agreed that this thing is not from the new watch. This is not the way it is. So I already know who the Chinese seller, what he looked like. This was a young man who was here. It must have been a seller, not manufacturer. That is for damn sure. Yeah. Interesting is the fact that as we have the buttons, that's what makes it interesting. I told you like this. I told you that this button here, this one here. Let me take the screwdriver. I told you that this button here is come in very, very easily inside. Of course, because it's a button that is used the most. And it was used, this is used to adjust the time and everything. And I told you that this one here was a little bit harder. Obviously, this is a light. Obviously, that this was less used. And I told you that this one here was the most firm. But it doesn't make sense because when I look at this way, you can see that, you see this thing here where you have for the button. Let me demonstrate you. This thing here, you can see how it's pushed inside. So adversely, this should be a very soft button, but it's not. It's the firmest button. And then we have situation here, which is when compared to this one here, you have to admit that you would expect that this one would be the softer one. This is very inside this. When compared to this, it's not. And this, in fact, is the, let me find the damn thing. Aha, okay, yes, I came close now. This, in fact, is the softest one because the inside is a spring and that's the one they abuse the most. What else? Well, for more than this, I would have to take the stuff out. Yeah. Yeah, let me see something else here. The time is 12:50. It says it's 12:50. And it says it's a Thursday, the 6th. No, okay. The time is not correct. Let's go. I will remove the battery. I'm going to remove the battery. And so that we can see what is hiding underneath the battery. Actually, underneath of this paper. What I think, what exactly do I think? I think that even the battery is going to be scratched up, fucked up. Not fucked up, but scratched up for sure. This is like somebody wanted to place the signature all over the, you know, like you would want to say, hello, hello, I'm here, I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm here, la-da-dee-doo. Let's take this baby off. We don't have to do that. Shit, I don't even see too damn good, really. There is another battery right here, and I should say the, yeah, let me just see this stuff here. Yeah, yeah, that one right there. Yeah, I see. Well, so this is the stuff that apparently that it holds like this so firmly in place. My goodness. It almost looked like a fucking new watch or something like that. No, seriously, I'm not kidding. It looks like, wow, man. All of a sudden, we come to the area where the screws are holding this masterpiece together. What I frankly think about this watch, I think about frankly about this watch is a beautiful, beautiful watch. I'd rather to have this watch than a Casio, if you ask me. And you're gonna say, why would you want to do that for? Well, simply because I like the idea about the $2, I should say, the price of €2. And the watch itself does not look any worse than the one of the Casio. Maybe because they destroyed me so many Casio watches also, and the Casio people directly were involved in it. Maybe that's why. And I told you about the Japanese uh, royal family, which they keep the watches nasty way. The way they did was they kept the watches that were junk watches, basically, that police was destroying me, and they ordered the police to give them to Slovenian police only the shit watches that were stolen from me, so they could pose with those in Tokyo to me whenever they delivered me over there. They basically they bullied me, they bullied me. They basically suggested, like, you are so fucking poor that we know exactly what kind of watches you have, what do you have, and etc., etc. In that sense. And you know, this battery here, this beautiful battery, lithium battery, I don't know. I tell you what, you're gonna see it for yourself. I'm not gonna say anything because I think that uh, you know, it's better like this. It's better like the first hand that you get to see it, right? I think it's nothing like the way you see it like this. I mean, it's better than, for me. This is better, by the way. This is better than any fucking microscope. This is just gorgeous. Uh, you know, the cameras of these telephones are shit, but if it happens, this is a Vico Y60, that you do remove that stuff, that lens, the um, infra, uh, then you it just turns into, I guess, into microscope like that. So it's just perfect for this shit. It demonstrates from A to Z everything you need to know, everything you need to see about the watch. Look, even this stuff here, you're not supposed to be here. See how dirty it is here, this stuff here? This is because they changed the battery and that kind of stuff. You see this here? I never had this watch in my hand. You know, they forgot to clean the shit a little bit. That kind of stuff. Um, what else can I tell you? Should I turn this thing around? Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what else. This is basically this here. This is the mechanism. Here you're not gonna see any specials. I mean, there's not much for you to see here. Let's see this here. This is what is used to keep the watch correct time, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, shit. We have to we have to measure how exact correct uh, the timing of this watch is. Um, let's turn around this masterpiece here, and then there is nothing much to see over there. The battery, like a battery. Probably the only thing that's good here is a battery. I still have the thing for this. I wanted to have it the blue like this, and yeah, they knew based on the interrogation that this is the kind of watch I'm gonna go for. That's that. Let me just quickly close and demonstrate you what it took to get this watch. I am not going to be taking the watch completely, I should say totally apart. I will not be doing that kind of stuff today. I should say I'm not interested in doing that kind of stuff. And we, at least I hope, yes, do have this to position this correctly. Yeah. No, there is no such thing like, I suggested earlier that there is a spring inside. There is no spring inside. There is just this thing here, this kind of stuff it is. And is this bent? Yes, yes, it is bent. Let me also video record that kind of stuff. Is it bent? Yes, it is. It is. It is. It is. There is no such thing. You see how bent it is? There is no such thing as we video record this stuff. Fuck that. We recorded this stuff. There is no such thing as yeah. There is no such thing as a spring inside here. There is no springs here. I I was sure there is a spring inside. It's not. There is no spring. So there you go. We put this baby back inside in there. We sit one inside. And the way I did this stuff is already very no good. Have to do it in a such a way so that We just simply beautifully screw this back the way it was. Yeah, yes, of course, it fucking angers me because I thought that I'm gonna have a beautiful watch today, and I don't. This watch already costed me other time, transactions, that kind of stuff, because they would not send me the watch. I ended up basically buying another watch, another piece of uh, timepiece like this, and the only thing I did was I end up with more and more broken not broken but used stuff. Yeah, okay, to put it in the proper way. This watch was also opened by the Novo Mesto investigators. These are also the people that were using one. This is also the people who were using this watch. Okay, I I do have a problem here. Um, actually quite a serious problem from what I see, and I must repeat the whole thing again. It's wrong the way I did, and I just see how easy it is to go wrong about all this. It's quite incredible. Because when you place this cover back, it jumps, it flicks, and when you move this stuff, it's so easily displaces these buttons here, the way you see the buttons, this stuff here, it just pushes one. Yeah, the best is just to take this out like this, the whole thing, you know, just do it like this, and this was already a very bad mistake I have done right now, but anyhow, that was a stupid thing I did right now. See, when the stuff have fallen out, it's not good. Is the stuff I will collect into a bag or something from somebody. The stuff, whatever that is, it just fell out as I turned the watch around. I am just gonna go and position this right back like this. I'm gonna remove this here like that, and let's hope. See, the main thing with this watch, with this beautiful watch, is that you basically I should say I myself this shit so love to jump out. It's difficult to keep one in place. So what I will do is I'm gonna go and I will take care first this side here. And then this is really not the stuff, not a regular, not how I would do the stuff, because it always should be screwed the crossways. But in this case, I have to make sure that these buttons do not slip me inside. And I have to make sure I pull this one out before screwing that. See how it escaped me inside again. Well, I think the best will be maybe this here. Very, very tough call, this one here. You'd say you would just pull this out, yes, but it won't be like that. It's not just like this. You won't do that. How about this here? Okay, I found a system to do that. You just go like this and like this, like this, and you slowly push it out, I guess, till you actually slide this thing inside entirely like this, and you push him out like that. There you have it. I learned something. And so this one here is a little bit more important than the other one right there. I'm gonna take this one. The novo mesto police, in a parenthesis investigator, was playing exactly with this issue here. Exactly with this one here. This is the watch that they might have even had me wear during MK Ultra. There's a high probability they had me wear this watch during MK Ultra. Extremely, extremely high probability. I would say like super 99.9%. I am certain that this was one of the watches they had me wear during MK Ultra. I did not want to wear the watch during MK Ultra at all. So they had me wear $2 watches during MK Ultra. This was the favorite police watch, this watch here. Which is fucking stupid shit. Stupid, like beyond fucking stupid, man. It totally reminds me of my father, who told me that if I bring him a watch into the hospital, what he's gonna be, that he's gonna break one. Which is a normal thing to do. I mean, imagine that you have to go into the situation like he got himself into, and somebody brings you the watch to have on your hand. I mean, you probably go insane from the misery and everything. And that's exactly the stuff that went on during MK Ultra. There was a psychiatrist, Peter Kapsch, who was making one even crazier. He was the one who tutored him right in front of me. And if you will bring your father a watch, he will break one. That kind of stuff. Father, break the watch at home. The poor man went at night and break the fucking watch at night time, out of fucking nowhere. Just already when he was thinking about the police, the stuff they were doing with these watches, he was already completely insane. He was losing his mind over that shit. Police shit. I forgot to put this thing inside. Is it real? Yes, it's real. It's very difficult to do this because of the memories, because of the stuff that you recall as you do the stuff like this. It's a fucking memories that come after you and they hunt you down and you start to revive the whole thing. This was the watch they had me wear, folks, in 2020 when they brought me from Poland and such. This was the watch they had me wear. Exactly this one here. Blue watch like this. So this should be a very dangerous watch because very likely some of you must have a video recording about me wearing exactly this kind of watch. This is a very unusual watch. Very unusual watch. Very unusual watch. Yeah, this is the main thing that I have to make sure that this stuff is inside before doing anything. And the next thing would be this. I know that once I'm going to open this watch, there will be more inside of this watch. This is the watch for sure. I guarantee that in 2019, 2020, they had me wear this watch. This was like a last watch they had me wear a lot, actually. This is just a copy of the Casio F91W cheap thing, which, like I said, I prefer to have this than the real Casio. This is absolutely not a new watch. This is like you're saying to me, pay for the MK Ultra, the same way like they were stealing the money from the hostels, which I was paying in a desperate search for the work. I filed a political asylum in Norway and in Sweden, searched for the job tirelessly, tried to escape madness. And what they were doing is they were using my money to pay for the hostels from where they would hijack me. This is exactly identical. That's why. It was just €1.40, but this cannot be, of course, tied too much. And that stuff is also good. The watch is working. The one button is inside. Okay, now at least I learned how to correct that issue. That's a plus for me. Holy shit. There you go. We push that button out like that. Now all the buttons are. This one just loves to escape through. I see that. Interesting. This is exactly the watch because I remember a police officer, investigator, who was also cursing about exactly this issue here. So this is precisely 100% that this is exactly the watch that he was even losing mind over this watch. Precisely the watch. It's a good thing that I opened this stuff because you recall the stuff from MK Ultra, the stuff that I observed. They did not open this watch once. They commissioned this watch, I don't know, several times for sure. Really, seriously. And it wasn't only one investigator who played with this stuff, it was more than one. The one who met me in 2022 at the Novo Mesto police station, where I came to request assistance in respect to my father, is medical files was one of them who was playing with this watch, and there was another one who met me in Gabaria. These were always two people involved, associates in this thing. In a theft of life, that is. That's a theft of life. That's a little bit different kind of theft. To me, it appears to me that this watch, that's the way it appears to me, that it was Robert Golob who was giving them an order that every time whenever the watch is being used, that they had to commission the watch, which is kind of strange because this sure looks like it did arrive from China. Stuff that I just described sounds like the stuff they would keep here in Slovenia. That's just this is exactly, precisely the watch they had so many problems with, exactly because of the issues that I mentioned to you right here. Yeah, this is definitely giving me a hassle, a problem, exactly as I explained. Yeah, it's just pulling the button, is pulling him right inside. Basically, as you push this thing inside, it pulls the button inside. It's that kind of stuff that goes on. So a bit difficult to solve this stupid fucking issue, but this is exactly the watch. Exactly the watch. Is it that they bent this stuff a little bit deliberately to be this way? Yes, because you can see it here. You can see if you look at this way, this is basically done to remind of the stuff that went on during MK Ultra. Just like this. You can see that one is, yeah, you cannot see it now because, yeah, because the other one is inside. I don't have to pull this stuff out and I'm not going to do that. Um, uh-huh, yeah. Let's just let's just do it like this. If it's gonna go, and this shit is not gonna go like that, I am just gonna have to obviously do the whole fucking thing out again and do it again, stupid. Nah, it is like no other way of doing this shit. This is the only way of doing this stuff. Unless you pull the whole fucking watch out, which I'm not gonna do it. This watch will be commissioned. This watch, as soon as I am, as soon as I am done with, basically, as soon as I get over with stupid shit, man. Yeah. Okay. Now, now the other one doesn't give me a piece. Shit, eh? Yeah. This watch I will commission one as soon as I. It so easily jumps inside. As soon as I measure how much time is the timing issue pertaining to this watch will be commissioned for sure. This watch not supposed to be late. Based on my memory, based from what I recall, this watch performed very well actually, from what I recall. The police. It's a strange fucking watch. Aha, now is this one here giving me a hassle? Damn it, okay, this one is coming out in a much easier way than the other one. There you go, we got him inside out. Okay, still not very well, still hanging out fucking there, man, still giving me a hassle. Still giving me a hassle. Fuck that. Still giving me a trouble. Let's get serious about this stuff. Just did not do very well this stuff. Period. I underestimated this stuff and there is it. I have to pay for this. This is what a London cretin was involved in, talking about the Charles who was so proud about how he had exceptional ability to put the fucking buttons inside the first time. I recall that animal too. Wow. Already on the stuff that I described here, this watch is ugly as fuck. This is already bad memories, very bad stuff here that I talked to you about. Bring some ugly stuff on the picture. Probably none of you would want to have this kind of watches, and you probably would not want to fuck with a stuff like this. But what's interesting, what's very interesting about these animals is that this is what they were doing all along. You understand? This is the stuff that went all along. This is exactly what they were playing with. This is what they bullied, harassed with, watches and stuff. But what's interesting about this stuff is that's very interesting. In fact, very interesting is that In final stages of MK Ultra, these fucking animals, they suggested that I will be insane and crazy and everything in between. You know, you fucking name it, what the fuck I will be. If I will buy myself more than one watch. No, no, I'm not kidding about this stuff. I'm not even kidding with you. They actually suggested me that the watches will be coming destroyed and so on and so forth. Finish your case. Do not buy watches. Finish your case and then you will buy yourself a watches. I'm not kidding. I'm serious. I'm dead serious. The stuff I'm saying to you, that's exactly the way it was with these animals. That's precisely the way it was. Actually, that's the way it ended, but that's not the way it was, you know. In the end, after all this bestiality they performed on me by using watches, in the end, right at the end of it, they didn't want to have absolutely anything to do with the watches. They started, in fact, to insist even that I would be seen as a mentally ill if I would be buying a watches. So it was when it comes to sales on the AliExpress. 50% of the time was spent on the watches. They only talk about fucking watches. But when they started to demonstrate the proofs about MK Ultra, about the stuff that went on, they didn't want to have anything to do with the watches. They became so smart, and they suggested me that the watches they're going to be used to drive me crazy and to make me problems and etc etc etc. They didn't want to have nothing to do with it anymore. They said to me, forget about it. If you will be buying watches, you will be labeled as crazy, as insane. I don't think I did this properly. Because if you look at that, the lines are not exactly, the holes are not exactly aligned to the holes are not exactly aligned to to this external housing. I don't like push something that is just, you know, is just not good, this stuff. I usually don't even open the watch like this. I really, really do not. But this is just a not even $2 watch. And so this is the reason why I opened one just like this. Um, I didn't even open the watches deliberately. I wouldn't even bother to change to commission the watches to take the batteries out. Okay, so this is more likely for me to align this properly. I have to be very careful with this. Yeah, this is more likely, or through, you know, this is just my opinion. It's it's not too good, but okay. I don't know why that would be, but this year is like way more. If it's like way better, and then we have this one here. It feels as if this cover does not even belong to this watch, and this is yet another issue that I know. Let me demonstrate you what exactly I mean. This is what I should already video record earlier and I did not. It definitely feels like this is not even that this would belong to this housing. So then it had to be like this, a little bit sideways. This is what it looks like right from the top. And it's not good. It was everywhere, all of them like this. This also, I remember that this is exactly also the watch we're talking about. This shit was involved in MK Ultra. I know it sounds crazy, but you would remember all this stuff if somebody had you next to the guy that is fixing the watch and he is demonstrating you this stuff and talking about this stuff as it was the case during MK Ultra. Any one of you would absolutely remember this. Any one of you would remember it. So the watch is assembled, it's back. I even remember they were saying to me that this material, this cover is very, very soft. I remember that stuff also they were talking to me about. Holes you can actually practically see inside. Like I said, I'm gonna get a rubber band. This is the watch. Now let me demonstrate you how long it took this watch to come here. This is very, very important, I think. Who the hell would have believed this is going to be 1 hour and 11 minutes? I'm definitely not going to go and burn the movie on this one here. That's not going to do me any good because the computer is going to die like this on me. So we go order details. What happened with this watch is this here. This basically is what happened with this watch. I will also use a screen recorder to record this stuff so that you can have in a part number 2 you can see the facts pertaining to to the watch delivery itself. That's why, so that you can have that kind of stuff. We do want that kind of stuff. We want your package will soon be handed over to domestic courier company. It was, because it's here, it's delivered today, it was delivered today. November the 11, you have seen that, right? Estimated delivery November 11. And order was placed on October the 12th, you can see that. And I am gonna start the screen recorder just like this. One more time, I'm gonna click this stuff here. You can see the order here. You can see that kind of stuff. It says it will automatically confirm receipt after 40 days. How many days was it? This is the price right there, just €1.40. I would demand absolutely return for this. And it was this here, so that you can see that this is actually, yep, that's it. This here, this is what applies to the watch. And what I will do is I will intensify the screen just a little bit to get bigger picture. And now let me demonstrate you how this watch traveled. Okay, let's see the lunacy. View more. Yep, view more. And let's go all the way to the end. And let's see what is going on here with this, so that you're gonna see what kind of dementia this shit is. Your order has been successfully created October the 13th. And then the package was collected by the carrier, left the sorting center origin. It arrived on the airport already on October the 15th, 2025. Export customs clearance started October the 19th, 2025. So this was in China. Export was completed the same day on October the 19th. The watch is waiting for the flight. and it left the country, the China. The next day, it arrived at the airport. And at the airport, obviously inside of the European Union, as it had no other place, no other location to go to, it started the custom clearance. The custom import clearance was completed inside of the European Union, wherever that was, on October the 20th. Robert Golob stated that if I ordered this watch, therefore these people have AliExpress supplies Slovenian police with whatever I order through the internet, that he would use his European Union comrades, friends, to hijack a package, do all kinds of stuff inside of the European Union. Package left the airport on October the 20th. Package arrived at the transit country October the 21st. Arrived at the customs on October the 21st. That is insane. So it arrived in the customs already for the second time. I did video recorded this stuff, just the way you see it. This was the first procedure, import. That's called import. And it arrived at customs on October the 21st. And then it's really, really insane. Package arrived at the transit country region on November the 6th of 2025. November the 6th was almost 1 month ago. With what you see here on October the 21st was already at the customs. So what kind of a fucking shit is this? This is a second customs procedure. And since October the 21st, it's seated somewhere. All other items I'm about to demonstrate you already were delivered. In meanwhile, there was another watch that I ordered like this, but it was like yellow watch, golden yellow, metallic, basically sprayed silver watch that was already delivered. Yeah, because this was never delivered to me. This was simply not delivered. So I decided I'm gonna go and I will buy another watch because this watch simply is not being delivered. Customs, October the 21st. 21st. You can see the time, the second customs. And it stays in the customs, that's interesting, for another 2 weeks until the November the 6th. Do you notice this here? Until the November is stay on the customs for 2 weeks. And then it says here that your package will soon be handed. That was on November 18. So this is completely insane. What happened here? What do you mean that from the customs it arrived to the transit country? And the package that will be soon handed over to domestic courier company. So what the fuck is this? What is this shit? So you have this watch all the way until November the 18th. Where? And then it says here, leaving a customs awaiting a pickup. What the fuck is this? What is this shit here? And it says here, delivery, November the 3rd, November 11th. That's never happened. AliExpress save a shipping, tracking number. So what happened with this stuff? So I thought that this would be important stuff for me to explain. Now let's go to other orders that you actually have also watched. This was delivered way before that. I video recorded this stuff already. This was canceled to me. They canceled me. They did not even send me. Okay, whatever. I should say this stuff was already delivered. This was ordered on the October 17. I already video recorded all this stuff. This stuff was already all delivered. This was also all delivered also. Also based on MK Ultra, tremendous MK Ultra brainwash. All this stuff already was all delivered. In meanwhile, I had ordered 2 watches here, which later on I canceled because I bought another watch like this. This is, folks, these are silver watches that are sprayed over with a silver spray. And Even the people who placed the comments, they had a comments about the allergy from the individual whom I purchased. Even the people who purchased these watches were involved, came here inside of this house, literally. No, 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 this is real. This shit is real. This is a total definition of the lunacy, but not because I would be insane. Both of these watches were canceled, but I bought one watch like this, which also arrived used, scratched. Um, this is the history. This is what goes on. In fact, I have to even see why this stuff was not sent to me, because when I placed the order, but I was with a really little money left on the account, it gave me the error number. The transaction was rejected. I have to see. It could be well that that stuff was that I was at fault about that one. Yeah, so this shit here, this stuff is not even small to video record. It actually really depends what the fuck you video record, or I should say, it really depends what exactly you do. Do you make fucking sense out of this stuff, or is it a total stupidity basically that you have going on? I mean, this is just basically the way it is. This stuff. I am trying to find this screenshot. And so that's probably here. I'm gonna put here NKBM. And so let me see this here. It was just rejected like this, the payment for that watch. Come on, man. What? Okay. It just says it's the payment failed. I have to see whether there was enough money or not yet. I have to see that stuff. But there is a like reference code CSC72000058. Three times is zero, and then it's 58 at the end. Payment failed. Total effing definition of the lunacy. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you will end up buying it. Americans who were involved in purchasing of the of the rubber seals, yeah, the seals would be properly. They insisted that I should just purchase the whole box, but the whole box was too expensive, and I actually got it for 150, 160. All these different sizes of the rubber bands. The rubber bands people also were involved. You don't know how. All my watches stayed without the rubber bands inside of the watches. Every fucking watch they destroy me a rubber band. If the watches would be delivered, and many of those watches had not even opened, the police, as soon as I would order the watch, they would make sure that the rubber bands inside the seals, rubber seals, they will be destroyed. Gaskets, I should say. Police was stealing me. The Casio watch that I have was the seal from the Casio watch was literally stolen by the robber Golob, who had a friend from Nova Gorica, from that area, who was coming, another Tatun, another Slovenian thief, thug. These are very expensive if you get the original Casio rubber seal, and that's a totally different story again that pertains to the opening of this watch, which I still have not placed on the internet, and that's a watch that was also, Robert Golob was completely insane. It was another watch like this that was sent to me by MK Ultra. So it's just like the lunacy would stalk you, and you would order, you would pay, and you would not even get the watch. When the watch would come, would be watch that was used during MK Ultra, scratched up, fucked up, opened in front of you, who knows how many fucking times, and so on. Based on MK Ultra, from what I recall, the police officers insisted that this becomes like this if you twist it too much, because the metal is so weak. This metal here, the cover, that is so weak. So this is like fucking completely disgusting, insane. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So then you end up buying more watches and doing all kinds of stuff that really you don't have in program, so they can ship you with more garbage and do more stuff. Thanks for watching this video. This was recorded on December the 2nd, 2025. If you pay attention to the beginning, started at 2300 hours, 59 minutes. Yesterday on December the 2nd of 2025. Yes, of course, now it is already December the 3rd, 2025. Morning hours is when you get to see this. Make sure that you watch the part number 2. They tried to fuck me with the Orient. I told you about that stuff already on the blog, and I solved that. This is this beautiful sign Orient, and the way I solve it is by simply making my own stuff on the smartphone, and I use that one to not spend any kind of money on any kind of stupidity. Just having something beautiful like this that you see, that's how basically they lure people to spend money on the watches and that kind of stuff. So that's all I gotta say to you for this one here. It's very good for me to buy cheap stuff like this. It helps boost my morale. Hey, there is a trash inside in here also. You can see inside of the yeah, this, I have nothing left other than to request the money back. I mean, there is nothing I can do. You watch that other video from that other telephone that I video recorded this with, and you will see this shit is all scratched up. I mean, it's nothing you can do. It's all scratched up. This sucks. This telephone stinks. This telephone that I have, this stuff is like the worst telephone that you can't fucking video record with this stuff. It doesn't have any kind of adjustable zoom or shit. It's just a static lens. You understand? You don't. This is shit like you would not believe, this stuff. The only way to video record with this crap, with this telephone, is by actually going out like this and then actually use the zoom like that. And good luck to you with this, because I don't think that you can record anything with this garbage like this. You don't see shit. Whatever the eye sees, with this shit you don't see nothing. You can barely see some scratch over there. But with the other stuff, which is the same telephone that I take the lens out, you can come from very up close and you can, like with a microscope. Watch this video. You're gonna love this video. That's the one to watch. That's the one you want to see. That's the one you want to go buy.